World peace. Welcome back to the Cosmic Throne. All right. Hello, Taurus risings. So, Jupiter in Aries in your 12th house in the first 13 degrees until June 21st. So, what does this mean? Well, Jupiter rules the 8th and the 11th house for you. And, well, it's a great time for solitude. You see, you actually get the blessings, the positivity, second away from the 12th. It's actually a fortunate outcome. Also, Jupiter ruling the 8th is actually a great yoga. I can't remember the name, but it's good, very good, when you have the 12th Lord in the 8th house, or 8th house and 12th Lord, and 6th Lord in the 8th, and the so-called Marka houses, or the Dishtana houses, excuse me. So, now, when you got... So what does this do? This brings a lot of isolation. This brings a lot of deeper wisdom and deeper inner knowing and your psychology that you can dive into. Really understand why you think what you think, how you think what you think, what makes you tick, what emotions that are brought about, what impulses that you have. Now you can understand your impulses more. You can understand why you do what you do. And so if you got, while Jupiter is in Aries in the 12th house, try not to find so much of escapism. Try to find something that's more spiritual, more validating. Obviously, I'm going to promote yoga and meditation. Those go hand in hand, but obviously I'm going to promote those because those are some of the best ecstasy-like feeling and creating forces or activities that you could do, to achieve that ecstasy. So when you do that, other than like drugs, this could be impulses to try drugs, be in, remember that Ashwini Kumars, they're associated with medicines. So it could be a time where you want to do certain psychedelic medicines, or that's very broad. So instead of necessarily escaping and going too much, try to understand yourself and your psychology, or whatever it takes for you to really actually get a grip and understand it in your own moderate way can be healthy. I can't tell you what to do, and I don't want to. Now, this may be a hard time with communicating with the close members of your family and friends. Say, for instance, if a child has this, you will notice that since Mercury retrograde in the 12th house as well, they may be a little bit more isolated. They may be a little bit more quieter, and they may be a little bit more prone to emotional outbursts rather than actually being able to say what they need at the moment. Because since Mercury retrograde in the 12th house, it rules the second house, and it's really just like wants to be quiet. This could be a time for them to understand their emotions, or you to just, okay, if my child is Taurus rising, I want to just understand why he does what he does. I want to understand his emotions, he or she's emotions, and what makes them move the way they do. What is it they're trying to communicate? Because they may not feel like they can communicate effectively at the moment. But as an adult with this sign, you may just want to be a little bit more recluse and not share so much information with people, and that's fine. And it takes self-study, it takes solitude, and it takes self-awareness. This would be a great time for affirmations, probably when Mercury goes direct. Like now, retrograde, this is a great time to actually listen in instead of programming. It's understanding the program. Then you rewrite it. Now, Jupiter lives at the 6th house, the 4th house, and the 8th house. So this obviously gives a lot of privacy, a lot of introspection, obviously, a lot of that wisdom that comes with occult knowledge, the deeper understandings of something, doing deeper research. This is a great time to learn, and even Mercury rules that fifth house. So it's a great time to actually learn or restudy something, go deeper into one of your studies. That could be a great time for your isolations. It's not just study for yourself. Maybe study if you're in a career. Study if you're in some kind of study for your master's or whatever level of education that you're on, or just a topic that you want. Could be astrology, could be tarot, could be anything occult. It could be, this is a great time for great research and diving in. So, and since Jupiter is looking at the sixth house with that ruling the eighth house, and it's Jupiter for blessings, you can definitely see something positive when it comes to, if you just have a spiritual pursuit that you start. Remember that word start, because it's in Aries. So starting a spiritual pursuit and sticking with it, because when Jupiter goes in botany, and it's about sticking with it and enduring and bearing, to bear, you're going to see a miraculous health condition increase or get better. And it could be psychological, or it could be something chronic. And it could even be something geared toward relationships or any type of woman that is involved in it. Now, one thing I'll mention is the aspect of Saturn is on the fourth house directly, and Jupiter gives its fifth aspect to the fourth house. So when this happens for you, this could mean actually getting a security, Saturn's in Shatabisha. So it could actually mean you getting a security like fence, or like a fence or some kind of like new security system. So at this time, it could be a time for protection, building, or even a fire pit, or building some kind of fireplace in the house as well. And it could even be a time of moving due to career, traveling overseas, or having to move in general, being, but I think it's more positive than negative. But you most likely be moving for a good reason during this period. Everything's moving fast. Everything's moving fast. So I just hope you all enjoy this. I hope you get everything out of it. Let it be healing. Let it be wealth. Let it be self-study. Let it be a positive inflection when it comes to the inner you. Really understand yourself. With that being said, if you want to know your placements, like I said, Ashtak Varga, and when I look at transits, it will be more detailed, because this is going to be very broad and we're going to see it, but you know what has more potential when you look at your chart individually. If you need a report and know your placements, you can go to thecosmicthrone.com. If you just want to keep them all learning, like and subscribe. And I'm on TikTok as well, and Instagram in case you need it. World peace. I don't know why I did this. This reminds me of Killer Cam. Now that I said it out loud, I feel like Joel Santana. Apparently, I'm a diplomat. You know, Venus is in a good position anyways. That makes you diplomatic. It's in Taurus. So that's the end of Taurus. Looking for and searching for that material bliss. But I will give you a fair warning. My beautiful Taurus is out there. In the seek of perfection, understanding, and bliss, and higher knowledge, or should I say elevation of consciousness, it could actually be reminiscent, since Rahu is here and Sun is here, thinking that you know everything, thinking that one path is the right way, maybe be impulsive to do something that is unnatural or something that's dramatically catalytic in order to achieve a higher state in consciousness, which translates to escapism instead of an elevated version of yourself or a more full version of yourself. You have to, when you take something that is enhanced, like a very strong psychedelic herbal medicine, rather it be rather the intake of it, it will boost you, but you have to lose pieces of yourself to understand it, to actually grasp it. And then in return, sometimes you don't even take the understanding and wisdom and the experiences with you because you didn't gradually become it. You just that's what escaping is. For the moment, I got this. Oh, write it all down if you have to. Then, how are you living that experience? And these are the type of questions that's really good for you to ask yourself, Taurus risings, especially in this period. You will receive the wisdom, and it's your fortune's coming. But you have to make a positive decision day by day. It's good to get a routine. Looking at the 6th house from Jupiter. I mean, well, 7th from Jupiter, but the 6th house, which aspects. It's good to have a routine. Create a routine now. Every day I'm gonna write down my 3 things. Every day I'm gonna say my 3 things in a row. Every day I'm gonna, just in the morning, right when I get up, I'm just gonna do 3 minutes of meditation. 5 minutes of meditation, just to clear myself. I'm gonna do my prayer 5 minutes in the morning. I'll do a prayer right when I wake up. I'm gonna do breath work. I'm gonna just work on this little piece of the book. I'm just gonna do 20 push-ups. Have some kind of routine. Very, very, very positive. Very, very positive. So, world peace. This could also be helpful for any Taurus moon. So I always say rising when it comes to this, but because it's more manifested in the physical, but on the mental plane, you can still experience these same type of energies when it comes in emotional, when it comes to the moon placement. So, world peace. Check me out. So, world peace. Hope you loved it.